this, guys, right? You're gonna love these two stories, right? So, a couple of days ago, I went out. I wanted to get some. I needed to get some ingredients, right? I had to go to the shop, and I can't remember what I had to get. So on the way to the shop in central London, there's a McDonald's right on the corner. Now, logically, I know that I'm not going to eat McDonald's. That's like the worst food you can eat, especially when you're doing this kind of journey that I'm doing at the moment with the training, the dieting, getting in shape. And I'm doing all this not just for myself, but so I can add more value to my clients and motivate all of you. So it's like two goals in one. I have a goal to maintain being disciplined in my life, and a huge part of that is not eating junk food, because for most of my life, if I get straight to the point, I've been addicted to it. And I don't want that to be the case anymore. So logically, I was like, there's no way I'm eating McDonald's. But do you know how powerful addiction is sometimes, especially with food and with junk food? When you see the symbol of McDonald's and you start thinking about those tasty hamburgers, and I started thinking about, oh, maybe just a couple of burgers and a milkshake. It's not going to be that bad. You know, I'm already up on, when it comes to kilos. I've lost how many kilos have I lost? Oh, how much? 96, 86. I've lost 10 kilos. You know, I've lost a lot of weight. So you know, but that's where it gets you. So listen to this, right? So I ignored it. I went into the newsagent to get the bits I needed to get. I felt the urge so strong. I was like, oh. So I've come out the shop. I've walked up to McDonald's. I'm fighting it. I'm literally fighting it. There was a big queue, and I said, fuck it. I can't do this, man. So I had to get the bits I needed and just walk home quickly. So I beat it, right? Thank God, lucky escape. So today, I went to the gym. I had a good workout. I did a live stream. I did 30 minutes on the bag non-stop. 15 minutes of cycling for cardio, and 25 minutes swimming, lamps up and down, and then a sauna. I had a great workout. Come out, felt fantastic. I've got my stir fry at home, healthy eating, rice, chicken, you know, white meat, veg. On the way home, KFC. I'm like, oh, I can't do this, man. And I said to myself, you know what? I've just burnt off so many calories. My weight's still good. I'm getting fitter and fitter. It won't hurt me just to have a KFC, you know. And so I walked into KFC. I'm in the queue. I'm already deciding I'm going to get a 3-piece chicken variety meal. That's my favourite. Chicken, hot wings, chips. I wasn't going to have the fizzy drinks. I don't drink fizzy drinks anymore. I just get water. But I'm battling, you know. I'm battling with my rationale. I'm telling myself, are you crazy? I just went to the gym and just trained for over an hour. And I'm going to put KFC in my body when I've got healthy food at home. I've already spent the money on the ingredients. But that's how powerful addiction is. The good news is I beat it. But I don't always beat it, I'll be honest. You guys are going to crack up. A few weeks ago, I'm watching the boxing. I'm listening to Lee Priest. I love Lee Priest from Australia, bodybuilder. Now he basically says it's okay now and then to have some McDonald's, right? Which I understand. But I've kind of... when your addiction's smart, it's like, well, if Lee Priest says you can have some McDonald's, it's fine. So I've gone McDonald's and I've got like 4 hamburgers, what I pick, large chocolate milkshake and chips, and I've ate the whole thing, and I felt like crap after. I was like, never again. So obviously it's going to get you at some point, but you just must not quit. But honestly, everyone's going to relate. When the cravings come and they're so strong, it's so hard to fight it. Sometimes you just can't do it. Like, obviously it's a journey, you got to keep going. So today I got home and I cooked the stir fry. But everyone's got their own patterns, and I'd encourage you to be honest about your patterns. And that's part of that's not what I really specialize in my coaching, but it is becoming part of that, right? My coaching is about helping my clients to face their fears and take action. But truth be known, there's a lot more that I do in my coaching, especially with long-term clients on the 6 weeks program who are open-minded and want to improve many areas. As we know, addiction can ruin our life if we let it. But where it gets me a lot is when I'm doing really well. I'm taking action. I'm helping people. I'm going to the gym. I'm doing all I can do. My mind is smart. It will say, well, you're doing so well. have some McDonald's, come on, treat yourself, have some KFC. But I have to be careful, because as soon as I fall for that bait, that trap, that can lead to a whole relapse. That can lead to saying, oh, jerk off. It's okay a couple of times, and then it's KFC, and then it's have a couple of. So that's where it can lead, obviously, if you don't. Now, I'm not being so extreme in saying you can't have takeaway once in a while. You can, and I do. But for me, McDonald's and KFC is really the low end of takeaways. That it's bad for you. It's crap, and it's not going to give you a flat stomach, and it's not going to make you feel. And it's expensive as well. It's a waste of money, as far as I'm concerned. Right? I think it's okay to eat once in a while, but with me, that's not really the way I'm made up. I've got quite an addictive personality, so if I'm going to have it, I'm probably going to have it. I'm going to have it consecutively again. But I'm really pleased today that I beat it. And you've got to reward yourself for the times you do, and you've got to not judge yourself when it gets the better of you. You've got to learn from it and keep going. So I thought you guys would appreciate that. Everyone relates to that, right? But I thought it was funny that I was actually in KFC today. I was queuing up. Like, there was one person before me. I was just about to order my meal. I'd already decided, sod it, I'm going to break my discipline. But something came over and said, no way, and took me out of the shop, and I got home. I managed to make it. But the most challenging thing about addiction is, and the next day you got to keep it going. But yeah, where's the logic in that? I mean, why would anyone in their right mind go to the gym, have a great workout, put in all that effort to come out of the gym and then go into KFC and put all that crap back in your body? That's human nature for you. So luckily, as I said, I was able to escape KFC and tasty chicken and go home and make a better meal. My meal tastes better anyway, to a certain degree. But when you're craving that sugar and that grease and that takeaway food, you never believe that. The rationale will say home cooking's boring, it's crap, it's rubbish. We need that buzz. Just the color of the branding, the chicken. It does taste good. But it tastes good for a few minutes, and then you don't feel great after. And personally, I think KFC is probably better than McDonald's, but they're not good. McDonald's always makes me go to the toilet. It's not good, especially when you've just come out of the gym of all times. It just wasn't the right time to do it, but that was my rationale. Like I said, everybody's different. So, I just see this video as another important video that has to go on the channel. And, I don't see this as separate as social anxiety. This is all part of it. When you're battling with these things, as we all are. That's what people don't understand sometimes, maybe about me and other people. They think when you're successful, like, it's not over. It just starts. When you're successful, you still have addictions. You still have temptations. You still got to keep refraining from them. You still got to work on yourself. It's like when you get in shape. You can't just get in shape and go, well, I'm in shape now, I'm just going to not lift weights anymore. Because you got to keep maintaining it. You got to keep eating healthy. You got to keep that discipline going. And it's not just about the discipline because of wanting to be ripped. It's for your self-esteem. It's for your sanity. It's to feel good about yourself, to become stronger minded, so you can, just be better in life without sounding cheesy. So, that's. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'd like to get a conversation going about this. These are conversations I like having with people in person, friends, but it'll be nice in the box below. Like, how many times has that happened to you? And don't be hard on yourself. Like, because as I said, a few weeks ago, it got me. I ate McDonald's. If I'm being honest, not easy to say this, I had it 2 days in a row and I didn't feel good about it. But I did make up for it after. I ate clean, like, for the next few days or so. So it's part of the process. Sometimes you're going to beat it, sometimes it's going to beat you. But as long as you don't quit in the long run, you're going to get there in the end. So I'm not going to be hard on myself and feel down and depressed for a week or a month because I ate KFC or McDonald's. But I'm going to try my hardest not to eat it and to replace it with healthy food. And so far, I feel like I'm winning, and I'd like to help more of you to win. So thoughts in the box below. Like, can you relate to this? Are you working on this? Do you want me to speak more on this? It's definitely something that I will be helping my clients, because I want to explain this as well, right? How we put pieces together. taking action takes discipline anyway. And actually, this goes really deep, right? There's different areas of discipline. So going in the gym today, doing what I did, took discipline, although I didn't find it that hard because I love doing it. But in many ways, actually, it took more discipline and inner strength for me to walk out of KFC and not buy it, come home and cook my healthy stir fry. That took more inner strength than it did me going in and hitting the punch bag for 30 minutes non-stop. And I did about 15 or 20 laps in a swimming pool and went on the bike and sat in the sauna. It was harder not eating junk food. I find that interesting. I said this to a friend. Like, it can be harder abstaining from takeaway foods and sugars than it can be doing a deadlift or going out and doing a run. I find the training easier. I'm just more geared to it. But this whole dieting thing is still quite new for me, and I find it so challenging on some days, even though I'm doing way better than I ever thought I could. So for you guys out there that want to improve your diet or just your all-round discipline, take what you can from this video, because you can always learn from what I'm talking, sense, truth, and real things that we all go through. And this is another one I want to make a point of saying. This is a conversation most of us don't want to have. I don't want to have this conversation sometimes, because it's a conversation that challenges all of us, which is our dietary habits. If we want to improve, obviously, I'm not preaching to people that, I'm not walking up saying you need to diet, but for my audience I am, because you're asking me, this is what this channel is about, being yourself, being more confident, outgoing, getting more discipline. And we're kind of realizing to be successful in life, you have to have some discipline, otherwise you can't achieve anything. You won't stick at it. You won't have that mental strength. So a lot of it is knowing when to say no, when to say yes. So I don't know if you guys share the same experience, but I find the diet is harder than the training. The training is hard in its own right, don't get me wrong. But the dieting takes a different type of discipline. I feel like I've got to go into a different area of myself, my inner strength. There's certain compartments, there's a muscle that I've been training for years, so it's become a habit. It's become easier, natural. But the dieting, I'm still forming that habit. It's still unnatural for me to go, no, not KFC, go home and eat. And impatience as well. I was starving, That's the thing about the hardest part about junk food is it's quick. When you're hungry, you don't want to cook, you don't want to wait, you're impatient, you want it now. Feeds into the generation of today, the quick fix generation. Everything's a push of a button. So to wait and have to walk home and wait another hour, because I had to get home, cook the meal, about 45 minutes. And, you're cooking with an empty, hungry stomach. All discipline. But the result after, is it worth it? 100%. All right, I rest my case. Like, share, subscribe. And I'm looking forward to reading the comments below if there's any other way I can help you guys with your discipline. If you want coaching as well to help you with the things that you need help with, get in touch. Don't be shy, don't be a stranger, and I'll get back to your email and we'll go from there, all right? Fearless.